Hello everyone and welcome to the Lancaster University Alumni Quiz. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. My name is James and I'll be your host for this quiz. Thank you very much for joining us from wherever in the world you may be. I hope you're all going to enjoy this quiz and enjoy a little bit of a trip down memory lane. If you are playing along at home, either by yourself or with friends, please feel free to share your experiences with us on our alumni social channels and any pictures that you may have taken playing along with the quiz. You can do so by sharing it with the Facebook page, which you can see in the link, which should be on screen just below me. So without any further ado, let's get on with the quiz. So here we are with the quiz. So I'll quickly run you through our quiz format. So we have 5 rounds with 40 questions in total and 40 marks to play for. Round 1 is a campus tour featuring a few images from around campus, which you have to quickly and correctly identify. Round number 2 is our colleges round with 10 questions devoted to our 9 colleges here at Lancaster. Round number 3 is a guess the year round. Round number 4 will test your local area trivia. And round 5 finally is called When Rock Went to College. It pays homage to Lancaster University's musical past and some of the bands that played at Lancaster in the 1970s and 80s. Like I say, there's 40 questions with 40 marks to play for. Best of luck. Let's get started with round number 1 and a quick campus tour. So here we go. I've got 10 images taken from around the Lancaster campus. There's 1 point on offer for each one you can correctly identify. So round 1, question number 1, where on the Lancaster campus is this? Round 1, question number 2, what is the name given to this building on campus? Number 3, again, can you tell me the name of this building? And question number 4, again, another Lancaster University building, but can you tell me the name of it? And moving on to question number 5 and halfway through the round, what is the name given to this famous Lancaster University building? And number 6, can you tell me the name of this again, this famous Lancaster University landmark? So that's what is the name of this famous Lancaster University landmark? And moving on to number 7, a slightly trickier one, this one. Are you able to tell me the name of this building? Again, question number 8, slightly different to the others, this one, as it wasn't taken on the Lancaster campus, but nonetheless, it is still a famous Lancaster University building. Can you tell me the name of the featured image? And the penultimate question in round 1. Again, another popular image taken from the Lancaster campus this time, but can you tell me its name? So where was this image taken? A final one for this round again, perhaps another little bit of a challenging one to end the round. Can you tell me where this image was taken? So again, that concludes round number one. I appreciate we've gone through all 10 of those images very quickly there. So if you do need a little bit more time, please feel free to wind back the video, play it again, and then catch up with us a little bit later on in the quiz. But for now, we'll move on to round number two, which is all about our colleges. We have 10 questions about our 9 colleges. There's 1 point on offer for each correct answer. So round two, question number one. Cartmel and which other college moved to Alexandra Park in 2004? So the first question of round two there, Cartmel and which other college moved to Alexandra Park in 2004? Round two, question number two. Can you name the 3 colleges who celebrated their 50th anniversaries in 2019? In order to get the point, we need the name of all 3 colleges. So that's the 3 colleges who celebrated their 50th anniversary last year. All 3 colleges are needed to get the point to question number 2. Again, question number 3, moving on. Which college was originally built in a quadrangle around a 200-year-old oak tree? So again, hopefully a nice and obvious one. Which college was originally built in a quadrangle around a 200-year-old oak tree? And round two, question number 4. Which college first opened its doors in 1975 and was initially renowned for its remote location, as it was the first college to be based in Ellel rather than Bailrig? So that is, which college was originally known for its remote location upon opening in 1975, as it was the first college to be based in Ellel rather than in Bailrig? On to question number 5 and halfway through round number 2. So I'm going to apologise in advance for my very bad pronunciation here. But question number 5 is, which of the following colleges has the motto Altiora Sequamur, meaning seek to climb to the top? Is that A, Furness, B, Pendle, or C, Lonsdale? So which of Furness, Pendle, or Lonsdale has the motto Altiora Sequamur, meaning seek to climb to the top? And on to question number 6. So which of our 9 colleges features a number of accommodation buildings named after windmills in the local area? So that's, which college features a number of accommodation buildings named after windmills in the local area? On to question number 7. So which of our 9 colleges is home to the highly regarded Herdwick Bar? So question number 7 and round 2, which college is home to the highly regarded Herdwick Bar? And on to question number 8. Which of our colleges is named after the area of outstanding national beauty situated just to the east of Lancaster? So which of our colleges is named after the area of outstanding national beauty situated just to the east of Lancaster? Question number 9. So the George Fox building, which is pictured below, houses students from which college? So the image you can see there is the George Fox building, but which college does this belong to? And then on to the final question for round number 2. Which 2 colleges battle it out for the Patriots Trophy each year? In order to get the point for this, we need both colleges. So that is which 2 colleges battle it out for the Patriots Trophy each year? But again, in order to get the point for this, we need both of the colleges. And that brings to a close round number 2. Again, if you need to go back over any of those questions, please feel free to wind it back, take as long as you need, and then join us up when you are ready with the next round, which we'll move on to now, which is a little bit of Guess the Year. So this round has only 5 questions. They're all about Lancaster over the years. You get 1 point for each year you can correctly identify. All of the questions in this round are multiple choice, so you will only need to answer A, B, or C for each one. So first up, question number 1. In which year did Lancaster host its first official open day, which was attended by over 17,000 prospective students? Is that A, 1976, B, 1978, or C, 1980? So that is round 3, question number 1. In which year did Lancaster host its first official open day? Was it A, 1976, B, 1978, or C, 1980? Question number 2. In what year did Sir Chris Bonington award the first set of Lancaster Awards to students? So that is, in what year did Sir Chris Bonington award the first set of Lancaster Awards to students? Is it A, 2010, B, 2012, or C, 2014? And the third question of round number 3. In which year did Her Majesty the Queen visit the Lancaster campus? Is it A, 1968, B, 1969, or C, 1970? So again, to quickly repeat that one, in which year did Her Majesty the Queen visit the Lancaster campus? Is it 1968, 1969, or 1970? Round 3 and question number 4. In what year did the Sugar House in St Leonard's Gate open its doors as a student social centre? So again, somewhere I'm sure many of you are familiar with. In what year did the Sugar House in St Leonard's Gate open its doors as a student social centre? Was it A, 1980, B, 1981, or C, 1982? So to go through those years again, A, 1980, B, 1981, or C, 1982. And we're looking for the year the Sugar House first opened its doors as a student social centre. And finally on to question number 5. So in what year was Graduate Hall, the original home of Graduate College, opened by Her Royal Highness Princess Alexandra? Is it A, 1989, B, 1990, or C, 1992? So So that's Graduate Hall, the original home of Graduate College. What year was that opened? Was it A, 1989, B, 1990, or C, 1992? That brings to a close round number 3 there. So we'll move on swiftly to round number 4, which is local area trivia. So many of you will have spent quite a lot of time in Lancaster, and we want to see how much of the local area you can remember. We have 10 points available from this round, 1 point for each correct answer, and we have a mix of multiple choice, images, and just regular questions there as well. So the first question, what is the popular name of the gate tower entrance to Lancaster Castle? So that is, what is the popular name of the gate tower entrance to Lancaster Castle? On to question number 2 there. In which year did the Pendle Witches stand to trial at Lancaster Castle? Is it A, 1792, B, 1612, or C, 1802? So the Pendle Witches stood to trial at Lancaster Castle in which of the following years? A, 1792, B, 1612, or C, 1802? Round 4, question number 3. So Lancashire Day, we celebrate here every year, but do you know on which day is it celebrated? Is it A, the 23rd of October, B, the 12th of September, or C, the 27th of November? So we here in Lancaster, we celebrate Lancashire Day every year, but on which day do we celebrate it? The 23rd of October, the 12th of September, or the 27th of November? Round 4, question number 4. What percentage of Lancashire is rural? Is it A, 80%, B, 75%, or C, 65%? So that is, what percentage of Lancashire is rural? Is it A, 80%, B, 75%, or C, 65%? And halfway through round number 4, hopefully a nice and easy one. Question number 5, who is the Duke of Lancaster? So that is round 4, question number 5, who is the Duke of Lancaster? And quickly on to number 6 of round number 4. So Lancaster is known to be a gateway to which famous region of natural beauty? So Lancaster is known for being at the gateway to which famous region of natural beauty? And that is question number 6. And on to a question number 7. So the Ashton Memorial can be found in which Lancaster Park? So that is number 7. The Ashton Memorial can be found in which Lancaster Park? And question number 8 of round 4. Who is the current Chancellor of the Duchy of Lancaster? So that is, who is the current Chancellor of the Duchy of Lancaster? And on to number 9, the penultimate question for this round. Which famous Lancaster landmark is this? So that's question number 9. Can you identify this famous Lancaster landmark? And on to the final question of round number 4. Again, another landmark in Lancaster. Can you identify this one? So question 10 is a second famous Lancaster landmark, but can you tell me what it is? That therefore draws to a conclusion round number 4, and we move on to our final round, which is round number 5, when Brock went to college. So many of you will be aware of Lancaster's rich musical heritage and may well even have been lucky enough to see some of the world famous bands who performed here in the 70s and 80s. But how well do you remember their performances? The next 5 questions, each worth 1 mark, will see how well you can remember when Rock came to Lancaster. So quickly on to number 1. Question 1 of round number 5. In what year did The Who perform at Lancaster as part of their tour to promote their rock opera album Tommy? Is that A, 1969, B, 1970, or C, 1971? So The Who performed at Lancaster as part of their tour to promote rock opera album Tommy, but was that in A, 1969, B, 1970, or C, 1971? Question number 2. How many times did AC/DC perform at Lancaster University? Is that A2, B3, or C4? So how many times did AC/DC perform at Lancaster University? Is it A2, B3, or C4? And then on to number 3 in round 5. So which former member of the Beatles turned up to play at Lancaster almost unannounced on Valentine's Day 1972? Is it A, Ringo Starr, B, John Lennon, or C, Paul McCartney? So which former Beatles member turned up to play at Lancaster almost unannounced on the 14th of February 1972? Is that A, Ringo Starr, B, John Lennon, or C, Paul McCartney? And then on to question number 4. Queen performed live at Lancaster University twice in the 1970s, once as a support act in 1973 and a second time as headliners in 1974. But who did they support when performing on the 16th of November 1973? Is it A, Status Quo, B, Genesis, or C, Mott the Hoople? So Queen have performed twice at Lancaster, both in the 70s, once as a support act and once as the headliners, and I want to know, who did they support in 1973? Status Quo, Genesis, or Mott the Hoople? And then finally, the final question of the quiz, round 5, question number 5. In which American new wave band headlined Lancaster's 1978 Rag Ball concert only months before releasing their internationally acclaimed album Parallel Lines? Is that A, Blondie, B, the B-52s, or C, the Cars? So that's which American new wave band headlined Lancaster's famous 1978 Rag Ball only months before releasing their internationally acclaimed album Parallel Lines? Is that Blondie, the B-52s, or the Cars? And that concludes all of the questions for the Lancaster University Alumni Quiz. I hope you've enjoyed them all there. We'll have a quick break now and we'll be back shortly to give you the answers. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you've had the time to have a little bit of a break and sort out any answers you may have been struggling with. What we'll do now is we'll quickly go through the answers for all of the 5 rounds, and I wish you the best of luck with them all. So here we are with the answers. Round 1. So again, the round 1, if you remember, was the campus tour. There were 10 images from around campus. All you had to do was tell me where they were. So round 1, question number 1, the answer is, of course, the Lancaster University Library. Again, somewhere I'm sure all of you are very familiar with. So question number 2 in round 1, that was the Ruskin Library, not far away from the library itself. So that is question number 2, is the Ruskin Library. And on to number 3, this was, of course, the Info Lab. So round 1, question 3, the answer there was the Info Lab. On to number 4, this was, of course, the Lancaster University Management School, or LUMS for short. So number 4, the Lancaster University Management School. And on to number 5, answer to number 5 is, of course, Boland Tower. So the distinctive building just off Alexandra Square is, of course, Boland Tower. Number 6, again, this famous Lancaster landmark I asked you to identify, should have been another nice and easy one, is, of course, the County College tree. So question number 6 is the County College tree. And number 7, I said at the time this one's a slightly more challenging one. This is the Postgraduate Statistics Building, which belongs to Fylde College. So number 7 is the Postgraduate Stats Building in Fylde College. Slightly more challenging one there, as was number 8, I think. So this is Chancellor's Wharf, which is based just outside of Lancaster Town Centre. It is home to a number of Lancaster students, and as you can see, they're just based off the canal. So question number 8, Chancellor's Wharf. Number 9, again, hopefully a nice and easy one, was the Bonington Steps, just outside of Fylde and Furness College. And the final question in round number 1 was, again, a slightly trickier one just because of where the photo was taken from, but of course this is the Great Hall. So round 1, question 10, the Great Hall. And that is all of round 1's answers. If you've missed any of those, feel free to skip back and then catch us up again with the rest of the answers. Here we go with round number 2. So Cartmel and Lonsdale College moved to Alexandra Park in 2004. So this is our colleges round, and the first answer to round number 2 was, of course, Lonsdale. Round number 2, question 2, we asked you for the 3 colleges who celebrated their 50th anniversaries in 2019. We needed all 3 colleges to get the point. These were, of course, County, Furness and Fylde. So that's County College, Furness College and Fylde College celebrated their 50th anniversaries just last year. And on to number 3. So we asked you again, which college was built in a quadrangle around a 200-year-old oak tree, which you may have seen in round number 1. That is County College. So question number 3 in round 2 is County College. Number 4. So which college opened its doors in 1975 and was initially renowned for its remote location, being the first college in Ellel rather than Bailrig? This was Grisdale. So round number 2, question number 4, the answer was Grisdale College. And number 5, I asked you which of the following colleges has the motto Altiora Secamore, meaning seek to climb to the top. I gave you Furness, Pendle or Lonsdale as potential answers. The answer was B, Pendle. So that is seek to climb to the top is the motto for B, Pendle College. Question number 6, hopefully an easy one. So which college features a number of accommodation buildings named after windmills in the local area? You only have to look at the college logo, hopefully, to get this one. That was, of course, Fylde College. So round 2, question 6, Fylde College. To number 7, so the home of the highly regarded Herdwick Bar is Graduate College, of course. So the Herdwick Bar is the heart of Graduate College. That is question 7 in round 2. On to question number 8. So the college named after the area of outstanding national beauty just to the east of Lancaster. Hopefully one that all of you Bowlanders got correct there. The answer is, of course, Bowland. So which college is named after the area of outstanding national beauty just to the east of Lancaster? That is, of course, Bowland and the Forest of Bowland just to the east of Lancaster. Number 9, the George Fox building houses students from Fylde College. So that is number 9, Fylde College, and George Fox is home to students from there. And the final question from round number 2, question 10, Cartmel and Furness College battle it out for the Patriots Trophy each year. So Patriots is contested between Cartmel and Furness, and that's your final answer to round number 2. Moving on to round number 3, which was, of course, guess the year. Each of these was multiple choice. So in which year did Lancaster host its first official open day? That was C, 1980. So Lancaster's first official open day was in 1980, which was C. Round 3, question number 2. Sir Chris Bonington first awarded the Lancaster Award to students in A, 2010. So the first batch of Lancaster Awards were handed out by Sir Chris Bonington in A, 2010. And on to number 3. So Her Majesty the Queen, she visited Lancaster in B, 1969. That is B for question 3. And round number 3, the Queen visited Lancaster in B, 1969. Number 4, the Sugar House in St Leonard's Gate first opened its doors as a student social centre in 1982, which was C. So question 4, round number 3 is C. The Sugar House opened its gates as a student social centre in 1982. And the final question of round number 3 in Guess the Year, Graduate Hall, the original home to Graduate College, was opened by Princess Alexandra in A, 1989. So round number 3, question number 5, the answer is A, 1989. On to round number 4, which was local area trivia. We had a little bit of everything in this round. So on to question number 1. The popular name of the gate tower at the entrance to Lancaster Castle is, of course, the John o' Gaunt Gate. So the opening question to round number 4, the answer is the John o' Gaunt Gate. Question 2. The Pendle Witches stood to trial at Lancaster Castle in B, 1612. So that is B, 1612 is the answer to round 4, question 2. Question number 3 was about Lancashire Day. Here in Lancaster, we celebrate it every year, but we wanted to know on which day we celebrate it. That is C, the 27th of November. So the 27th of November is Lancashire Day, and that is C, the answer to question 3. Number 4, what percentage of Lancashire is classified as rural? This is A, 80%. So 80% of Lancashire is classified as rural. Number 5, the Duke of Lancaster is, of course, Queen Elizabeth II. Hopefully everybody got that one. Question 5, Queen Elizabeth II is the Duke of Lancaster. Round 4, question number 6. Lancaster is, of course, the gateway to the Lake District, which is obviously the famous region of natural beauty just to the north of Lancaster. So question number 6, the Lake District. And number 7, The Ashton Memorial can be found in Williamson Park. So that is round 4, question 7. The Ashton Memorial can be found in Williamson Park. And number 8, we asked you who is the current Chancellor of the Duchy of Lancaster. That is, of course, Michael Gove. So round 4, question 8, the current Chancellor of the Duchy of Lancaster is Michael Gove. And on to our final 2 questions, which were, of course, a couple of pictures. So round 4, question 9, we asked you to identify this famous Lancaster landmark. It is, of course, the Lancaster Priory. So that's round 4, question 9, the Lancaster Priory. And number 10 in round number 4, again, another famous Lancaster landmark. This was, of course, Lancaster Cathedral, which also goes by the Cathedral Church of St. Peter or simply St. Peter's Cathedral. You can have a mark for any of those 3 answers. So that is, again, question 10, round 4, Lancaster Cathedral. And that brings to a close the answers for round number 4. If you need any of them again, feel free to skip back, but we'll move on quickly here with the final round and round number 5, which was, of course, our When Rock Went to College round. So round 5, question number 1. In what year did The Who perform at Lancaster as part of their tour to promote their album Tommy? That was B, 1970. So The Who performed at Lancaster in B, 1970. Round 5, question 2. AC/DC performed twice at Lancaster University, so the answer there is A. So AC/DC performed twice at Lancaster, and the answer therefore to question 2 in round 5 is A. And question 3, we were looking for the former Beatles member who turned up to play an almost impromptu gig at Lancaster on the 14th of February in 1972. That was Paul McCartney, so C. So which former Beatles member turned up to play almost unannounced at Lancaster on the 14th of February 1972? Paul McCartney, which was C. And on to the penultimate question now. So Queen performed twice at Lancaster in the 70s, once as a support act and once as headliners. We wanted to know who they provided support to on the 16th of November 1973. That was C, Mott the Hoople. So answer to question number 4 in round 5, C, Mott the Hoople. And the final answer here, round 5, question 5, the American New Wave band who headlined Lancaster's 1978 Rag Ball concert only months before releasing their critically acclaimed album Parallel Lines was A, Blondie. So the final answer to the final question of this Lancaster University alumni quiz is A, Blondie. And that there concludes the Lancaster University alumni quiz. It's been a pleasure to be your quiz host this evening, and I hope you've enjoyed playing along and have enjoyed a little bit of a trip down memory lane. Please feel free to share your scores with us on our alumni social channels, which again you should be able to see on the screen now. We'd love to hear how you got on. So again, please feel free to share away. And thank you very much for your time this evening. We hope to be able to welcome you back to the Lancaster campus again soon. But in the meantime, please stay safe and stay well. And thank you very much for your time. We hope to see you soon.